I'm talking about one mistake that all authors make. Everybody does it. This is actually why your book's not selling, too, by the way. What up, y'all? How you feel? It's Merch Life J. I'm really not feeling it today, but we're gonna do this live anyway because gotta practice what you preach, man. So, the problem, right? We talking about one mistake that all authors make. The reason why your books are not selling right now. Normally, when someone publishes a book, especially a self-published book, the first thing they do is share it with all their friends on Facebook. The second thing they do is tell everybody that they know about them having a book. The third thing they do, they might take it to church. They might take it to their job. They might take it to a family gathering, a cookout, a bar, whatever you get into. You're going to try to take your book to where you be at, right? Yeah, and that makes sense. That's only right. But what about after you have shown your book to every person that you know? What happens when your family gets tired of you tagging them in the book post? What happens when your whole family done bought the book and everybody got a copy? And now you're trying to figure out, how do I keep this going? Who can I sell this book to now? Well, the one mistake that all authors make is thinking that, is believing that, is wondering how they can't sell any more books. You'll never run out of people to sell your book to until you have sold 8 billion copies or more. You will never run out of people to sell your book to. So don't believe the hype. All right. So what do you need to sell more books? How do you sell more books? And I'm not talking about going outside and pitching every person, every door, every store, every floor. That's what I do. You might not want to do that. You might not want to go outside and talk to strangers. You might not be comfortable with going in a McDonald's and pitching to workers. You might not be okay with walking through the mall and talking to people that are shopping for other things. That might not be your twist. I can teach you how to do that, but that might not be your twist, man. So what do you need to sell more of your books? The first thing you need is value. Is your book even valuable? What transformation am I getting when I read your book? You got to ask yourself that. And if your answer is, then it's time to go back to the drawing board and create a new book. If nothing happens in my life after I've read your book, if your book is fictional and it's strictly for entertainment, there should still be a lesson in your book. I don't care if your book is an episode of SpongeBob. I've learned a lot from SpongeBob. So if your book ain't giving me no life lesson, no tidbit on your experience, if your book ain't changing something about the way I think, act, or move, then your book is not valuable. I'm sorry to tell you. I know your family ain't say it. I know your friends and your coworkers, they ain't want to be mean, but your book is trash. You might as well use it as firewood. If your book don't have no value in it, you're not going to get no value out of it. Period. All right, so the first thing you got to have is value. And how do you determine if your book has value? You are the person that wrote the book. You're the person that published the book and distributed the book. But you're not the person that's going to determine whether it's valuable or not. Because valuable to you, something you produced is always going to be valuable to you. It's always going to be valuable to you. The customers, the readers, the consumers are the people that are going to determine whether your book is valuable or not. How can you get that information from them? The first thing to get the information from them is by asking, is it valuable? So, did you like that book that I sent you? So, what did you get out of this book? You can ask them that same question in several different variations. What was your favorite part of the book? You know what I'm saying? What do you feel about how you what do you feel about what you read in my book? There's so many ways to ask that question. But consumers, if your book is really valuable, they're going to tell you without you asking them. They're going to leave you reviews on your website or on your Facebook page or whatever you got set up for them to leave a review. They're going to do it because people only leave reviews when something is really good or something is really bad. Those are the only time people leave reviews. Remember that. So the second thing that you need to have to sell more books is velocity. What is velocity? Velocity is defined as the speed of something in a specific direction. When I say velocity, I'm talking about how much are you actually talking about your book? How much are you producing about your book that's outside of your book? How many people are you telling about your book? Because strangers will support your book as well. If your book is for dog breeders, how many dog breeders are you getting your book to? How many dog Facebook groups have you joined and posted a piece of your book in there? How many times do you go live and say and give away some information on dog breeding? How many people in your circle know about dog breeding and need the information that you can provide? If you're not putting in the work to sell your book, you can't expect to sell your book. It does not sell itself. I don't care what Amazon told you. I don't care what they talking about. You can pay for ads and sell your book that way. But if you don't, that's also velocity. If you don't do something, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. So you're either going to have the money or you're going to have the time. You can choose which one you want to use, or you can use both. But if you got the money, then yes, I would pay for ads on Amazon. I would pay for ads on YouTube. I would pay for ads on Facebook. I would pay for ads on Instagram if you got the money. Now, I will tell you this, just buying an ad, just paying for your post to get boosted doesn't mean your book is going to sell. It has to be value in your post that you're paying to be an ad as well. So a picture of your book cover, you paying for that to be an ad, that's not going to get you too many book sales. But you explaining a good point out of your book, or you giving some value that's inside of your book during the ad, will get you more book sales. That's the velocity right there. If you're talking to 20 people a day, you could probably only expect to sell 1 or 2 books. But if you're talking to 200 people a day, then you already know. And the last thing that you got to have to sell more of your books, to not make the mistake of thinking that you can't sell your books anymore, after you reached out to all the people you know, after your whole Facebook done bought them, after your whole Instagram, everybody done told you yes or no, is the volume, man. It's the volume. And when I say velocity, I mean, how fast are you getting it to people? How are you getting it to those people that actually need it? The people that are in the niche that you wrote the book for. But when I say volume, I mean, how many of those people are you getting that book to? So I could be in one dog breeding group, but I could also be in 10 of them. I could go to a dog park with the book in my hand and I can talk to every dog owner there. Don't necessarily have to sell them a physical copy. I can tell them my website. I can tell them I can have a t-shirt with the website on it while I go to the dog park. I can wear a hoodie with the name of my book and a picture of the cover on the hoodie while I go to the dog show. You understand me? Get around people that are in your niche. Turn the volume up. Turn the velocity up. The value should already be in the book once it's produced. But if you ain't practicing these 3 V's, then you can't expect to see that S with the line in the middle of it. You want to sell more books, you have to do more work. There's no way around it. There's no way around it, bro. There's no way around it, sis. You need volume, velocity. You need value, velocity, and volume, man. Now, before I get out of here, does anybody have a question about anything I just said? Do anybody got a question? She said, I agree. It's worthy of a sequel. Great advice. And you doing well with your book too. You're selling a lot of books as far as I can see. I like that. Get excited about that. But does anybody have a question before I go? about how to sell their book, about what to do to sell more books, about how to get more volume, about how to get more velocity. Again, man, I'm telling you, join those Facebook groups that have to do with your niche. Directly DM people that have to do with your niche. I'm talking about outreach. This is outreach. Big companies, AT&T, Verizon, these big $1 million, billion-dollar companies still do outreach. They still do outreach. So if Comcast is calling people and trying to close sales over the phone, why you ain't doing that? If Nike is sending out emails every single day, why you ain't doing that? If Adidas has people on foot at the mall handing out free stuff or doing something that has to do with marketing, why are you not doing that? Do you got $1 million yet? Is your company a $1 billion brand? When you DM people, what's your pitch without being extra? Okay, without being extra, when I DM people, I have several pitches. The first thing you want to do when you DM people is go look at their page. Go look at their content. Go see what they're talking about and what they're doing. Because when you do that, you'll be able to relate to them better. They'll understand that you actually care about what they got going on. So I might go to a woman's page and be like, let me scroll down. Okay, a couple of weeks ago, she posted about this event she was at and she did this, and this. And I'm going to go in her DMs and I'm going to be like, hey, sis, hey, I saw you killing it at that women's conference. She going to reply to that because now it's not just a weirdo stranger man in her DM. She going to say, or I might ask a question in order to get her to respond. Hey, sis, I saw you killing it at that women's conference. What made you want to speak there? Or how did you end up getting in contact with the people to speak there? I might ask a question, right? Look at the page for potential customer and DM making a sale. Exactly. You have to go in there and look at what they're doing so you have something to relate to so they know that you're paying attention. After you do that, the second part, this just comes with the flow. You just having a conversation. Don't DM them with the sale in mind. DM them with getting to know them in mind. Once you figure out what their problem is, offer to help them. If they accept the help, that's when you tell them the price. Like, yeah, I normally do it for this, but I do it for this today because of blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you a live example of me actually doing this. So there's a woman I'm actually DMing right now. And I said to her, her name is the One Hip Wonder on Instagram. Her Instagram tag is the Life of a Hipster. Really cool page. This woman has literally one hip on her body. So I DM'd her and I said, your story is very interesting. Have you ever thought about putting a book about it? Putting out a book? Have you ever thought about putting it in a book, putting it in book form? That's exactly what I said. Have you ever thought about putting it in book form? See, I don't know if y'all can see that. I said, have you ever thought about putting it in book form? What'd she say? She said, hey, happy Monday, Jay. This is the next day. This is the next day. Again, these conversations ain't going to be back to back like y'all in person. This is the next day. This is like 13 hours later. She said, hey, happy Monday, Jay. I hope you're doing well. I hope your weekend was kind to you. Thanks for that. I've always wanted to write a book and have encouraged others to write their story, but never considered my own. I said that was at 1:59 a.m., y'all. I said at 9:33 a.m. Yeah, hours later. Happy Monday to you as well. Just from watching your content, I get inspired by your story. I know your book would do well for you and for others. See, I'm not trying to sell her nothing. I'm just having a conversation with her. Next thing she says was, "Thank you. I'm gonna really think on that." The day after that, I said, "Good morning. When you ready, I have a free guide to help you organize your thoughts into a book." She said, "Oh yeah, that's interesting." That was at 8:05 a.m. At 4:28 p.m. She said, "Oh yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting to know. I have been asked to write a chapter for a friend's anthology on motherhood. Haven't yet started, but I will in the next few weeks, I hope." You already know what I said after that. I said, "Hey, yes, ma'am. Send me a good email and I'll shoot it over to you." If you don't know, I have a free guide that actually helps you organize your thoughts into a book. It's called I Am the Author. It's the first book. It's actually my second bestseller. And now I give it away for free. Why do I give it away for free? Because when I give you this book, it solves a problem, but it also creates a problem for you. Right? So it solves the problem of you not knowing how to put your thoughts in organized form to write a book. But what problem does it create? Now you need to publish your book. And what does Merch Life Publishing do? We publish books. Get excited about that. So this is digital marketing 101 right here for y'all that don't know. You don't have to give away your entire book. You can give away a chapter of your book. You can give away an insert of your book. I mean, an excerpt, not an insert, an excerpt of your book. You can give away a piece of your book that solves a problem, but also creates a problem. Because who's the problem solver when you create a problem for someone you just solved the problem for? Why would they go to anyone else when they know you have the answers already? So it's like, dang, if he gave me this for free, imagine what he'll give me if I buy something, right? So that's how you do that there, man. That's how you do that there, man. And I said I emailed it to you. Let me know if you got it. She said got it at 2:30. It's now 3:41. What you think I'm about to say? Put in the comments what you think I'm about to say after she said got it. Go ahead, put it in the comments. What you think I'm about to say? If you don't know, I'm going to answer it for you. What I'm about to say to her right now is, once you get your outline done, let me know and I can assist you even further with some more tools from Merch Life Publishing. Again, I'm not trying to sell her anything. I'm having a conversation. I'm building rapport. I'm giving value, because the more that you do that, the more people will come back and want to throw their money at you. They will ask you, how can I purchase blah, blah, blah? They will ask you, how much is so and so? Because you've helped them so much for free. Now they're like, oh, let's accelerate this process. Let's accelerate this process and get some money in your pocket so I can get some bigger results, because I like what you've done for free already. Get excited. What's up, Krista? Thanks for coming through. Get excited. You already know. Yeah, man. So that's how you do that. Somebody asked, when DMing people, what is your pitch? And again, digital marketing and direct marketing are two different things. You probably have seen me pitch somebody on the street or on the sidewalk, like I say, because it's dangerous in the street. You can get hit by a car and all that. I don't be in the street. But you've probably seen me pitch somebody outside. And that's going to be from 30 seconds to a minute and 30 seconds. It's over. I'm in and out. They done bought it or they didn't. And that's it. Online, you could be having a conversation with somebody for months before they buy. For months. But just like in sports, just like in track, when my niece ran track, her coach told her, this workout today, you're not going to see these. This isn't for you to have results today. This workout we doing today is for you to have results next week at the competition. So the more work you put in right now, the more results you will see in the future. Don't think about the result. Think about the work. Don't think about the end result. Think about if you're doing something right now, because it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off. But if you focus on the payoff, you're going to mess up the moment. And the moment is what matters. Each moment is what matters. Because without these moments, you can't get to that big, glorious moment at the end. Yes, ma'am. Offer options and ideas. Yeah, definitely. So we got it listed in the comments. If you haven't seen it, look at the page of your potential customer before DMing them to make a sale. Ask questions, get to know the problem, and offer solutions with your product. And it doesn't have to be free. Again, you can give them a piece of your book for free, or you can have a lead magnet that's low ticket. So you could give them something for $7, something for $10, something, I always start off with free though, because I want people to know that I genuinely want to help you. And then when it gets a little more serious, I got children to feed and stuff like that. So I'm gonna need some type of funds, because this is way bigger than what I gave you for free, right? Get excited, man. So if you didn't know, I'm the author 2.0. drops March the what day is it? It drops March the 20th. I almost said March the 10th. I Am the Author 2.0 drops March the 20th. It is an entire course. It takes you from writing to publishing all the way to distributing your book. And I'm talking about distributing in person, distributing online, and distributing in stores. If that's something you're interested in, man, the best thing I would tell you to do is just DM me the word author, and I will get you started with the onboarding process. Again, it doesn't drop until March 20th. So, of course, you got plenty of time. And you ain't got to buy nothing right now. When the course goes on sale on March the 1st, there will be a sale for the first 20 days of March. And it's not going to be full price. So you might want to take advantage of that throughout the first 20 days of March. But yes, sir, get excited. So again, we got it listed in the comments. Number 2 is to ask the questions. Number 3 is to offer options. Number 4 is to reiterate what your product details or entails. Yeah, man. So any more questions or comments or anything y'all want to say or ask me before we get up out of here? Yeah, I'm using EV Mux now. EV Mux, it's free. It's like StreamYard. It does the same thing, but it's free. So that's just on the content creation side, though. That's not on this page. That's on the other page. Go to Merch Life J for all the content creation tools and ideas and stuff. You can join the Creator Kit group on Facebook if you want to learn more about that. Learn more about broadcasting and things like that, man. But yep, I don't see any more questions. So get excited. I'm Merch Life J, motivational, inspirational speaker for parapreneurs across the globe. And I'll see y'all later.